Hello. So if you wonder what's that strange fishy looking item hanging from the on this side here. That's local. That's not mine. My idea of interior design is a little different, but I work with what I have currently. So if you're a digital nomad, you cannot have the comfort of the luxury of a sophisticated interior situation. So you have occasional strange items that you just learn to love as you travel along. And can you see that wonderful sunset light, golden hour coming up? Very cool. I always have this thing on my wrist, and I find it really embarrassing. This is so like not classy at all. And yet, the moment I put it somewhere else, it will just disappear, and I really, really need it. So I just keep it close. Hang on. Wonder if that's a little bit not too much of this wonderful sunshine going on. Okay, so maybe I look a little tired. I don't know if I do, but if I do, a friend of mine wrote to me recently saying, "Nice picture, you look tired," or something like that. He said, "You look tired." I'm like, thanks. It's, what is that supposed to mean? Why would you write to me, especially to tell me that I look tired? You know, I see a lot of tired people around. I don't walk up to them and say, "You look tired." Great, maybe I am. And actually, I was not. I actually was looking really nice. So I was really confused. Like, I don't know. Okay, thank you. I didn't realize. And then he said something like, you look like you have dust in your face," which obviously he did not. He wasn't used to seeing me sun-kissed, and I think we both got a little confused there. Yeah. So I just agreed. I just accepted the fact that being in Portugal in late June/July will result in me losing a bit of my aristocratic paleness and getting a bit of this. I don't know if that's visible, but hopefully not too much. But there's nothing worse than being irregularly tanned. I hate that. Fucking hell. Horrible. So, where was I? Tired. For being tired, there might be a couple of reasons. Maybe one of them is that I can't, since I came here a week ago, almost. I have strange nights. I have strange feelings and lack of feelings, and it's been strange in a non-always. It's weird. I definitely do not dislike it. That's a good start. I do not dislike it. So I'm in the arse end of Sintra. My friend says it's not arse end, but for someone without a car, anywhere where you can't, freely. I'm used to basically leaving the house and disappearing, going for a walk. I don't know when I'm coming back, things like that. And here, this whole. Okay, maybe I just should try. But basically, I was also trying to catch up with work and stuff like that. So I was thinking, like, okay, this is even better because it's gonna force me to kind of sit on my butt and do some stuff in the house. And the house is nice and big enough for people to kind of find each their corner. So it's not. I really can't complain. Really, it's nothing's ever perfect, but from probably every living situation I was in my life, it's really not the worst at all. So yes, but yet there are So there's like a little dance here going on because on one hand, ooh, my laptop vibrates. Strange vibrations here. Ooh, I didn't realize it does it. Brr. Anyway, so not sleeping well thing. Mm, I think first night was really cool because I didn't have to wake up to check out and so that was nice. That was a good night comparing to some other when you have to get up and just move as quickly as possible. But then I started having some strange dreams, and they weren't quite as maybe as traumatic as the ones in Lourdes. But they were. Hang on a second. There was one time I woke up crying because I had a friend of mine told me sweet dreams, and I had some fucked up dreams instead. Thank you. No more sweet dreams. Ever wish me sweet dreams? Bad omen. No, seriously. Yeah, I was fucked up. I woke up crying. It happened to me a few times in my life. Have it ever happened to you? And then another dream I had with someone trying to kill me, someone killing a friend of mine in front of me, running away. And there was this very disturbing... I never know if I should share dreams in details or not. Because in a way it's a very personal thing, as well as any kind of magic and personal work. I think it's very tricky. I always I kind of want to share, but also I don't want to kind of dissect it for others, and definitely not for others to interpret. I think this is a very personal thing, and often others might just kind of put their own shit into that and project their own stuff. So it's like, it's my dream, not yours. Leave yourself away. But sometimes by sharing we can have some input, and we actually, especially if our stories are kind of entangled with some strange karmic chain, whatever, it might actually be interesting. I had this kind of thing with a friend when I would have a question, he would dream the answer, stuff like that. That's interesting. And we would give each other insight, but it might be a bit different because that's when you kind of work with someone already on a certain level. And yeah, I don't know. I know nothing. I'm just a happy camper. I have never claimed to know anything. So, what was I saying? Strange dreams. This dream where somebody was killing my friend and then they were coming for me was interesting in a way that it was the seamless connection with waking life. I basically had a dream and I went to the bathroom running away from this gangster trying to kill me. And I had a gun as well, but in the barrel of the gun there was no bullets but an orange for some reason. And just when I knew that he's coming to kill me, I obviously woke up, but obviously as you do, right? But I woke up and it was just like, oh yeah, of course it's a dream. Okay, so now I can get up and have a coffee. It was completely without any moment like, oh, where am I? What is it? It was completely seamless, like as if I was watching a movie and suddenly I got up to, to have a break or something, and or just movie finished and I'm just like, oh, okay, going home now. Very interesting, because usually there's this morning confusion or this kind of moment when you kind of drift between the worlds, and this is a very important moment for me. This is, I try, there's so much going on with that. First of all, this is the moment when I tend to wake up slowly. Now I'm giving you a user's manual. I tend to wake up slowly, and so I need time to kind of process whatever happened at night, wherever I was traveling at night. and then I need silence. It's not like I already don't need silence to a great degree. But yeah, I absolutely hate sudden sounds in the morning, being woken up by something, any questions, even if it's, hey, how are you? How did you sleep? No, just don't talk to me. The best anyone can ever do is just give me coffee without a word, like with a nod, nod of understanding or something. That's a nice thing. But I usually in the morning, first thing, I meditate, and then I do other spiritual stuff, and then I sometimes journal. Sometimes I do it in the evening, depends. And I write a lot in the morning, which is strange because I always used to be a night creature, and I still consider myself rather a night creature, but I started appreciating these moments in the morning, and I try to kind of stretch them as much as possible. So I might be really quiet in the morning and have a couple of hours not talking to anyone and just being in my world, still kind of drifting in between and getting things out from this other world, and placing them here. Does that make sense? So this is very, very precious for me, and this is when I really love to be quiet, alone, and just really make sure I feel this moment and get the most out of this time. What is that sound? Windows in here tend to make sounds. I was woken up as well, and that's also the thing. There's a couple of things here about how sleeping process. So yeah, the windows make sounds. And today is really windy, and entire house is just shaking. The windows are shaking. It's very fucking annoying. But on the other hand, it's much better than being in a deadly sun and deadly heat, because now everywhere is heat wave, and I'm dying in the heat. I wasn't supposed to be in Portugal. I was supposed to be in Scotland, which would be more of my kind of climate, especially for summertime. So for me, going south in the summer is a death wish, basically. So I just kind of decided to take kind of, take a risk and be adventurous and just go for it and embrace the sunny side of life. And so far so good. I'm alive. So so there goes another subject. What was that? Creek. So there goes another subject of me being here. Hang on. Let me first finish the sleeping situation here. So when I got into the house and I saw the room where I was supposed to sleep, I instantaneously felt that there's some fucked up feng shui going on there. There were 2 bunk beds. It's like, who needs 2 bunk beds in a room? They had like everything. There's for like 4 kids and a small toddler kind of place, and we were like, fuck that. we're not using that room. So I picked a room with a table, because I like tables, and this is nice light and I can write, so everything, I was like, this is mine. And I put mine, even though it wasn't supposed to be it was supposed to be a living room, but not for living, but just, lounging around. And there is a view to the castle up there in the hill. And this castle is lit up at night, and there are clouds kind of running across the dark sky at night. And when I'm in bed, I can see some strange. Sometimes because this castle is lit up, and the clouds are kind of floating Is that what clouds do? In front of it. So it kind of lights up the clouds, and it looks like this aura, just kind of orb. I don't know. It just looks very freaky. So one day I was like, the fuck is that? That's weird. Is that UFO? Is that my moment I've been waiting for all my life? But then I realized it's just, stuff. And I was really disappointed. But also my window kind of goes towards a level where it's like on the first floor, but you can walk up through the balcony basically, and it's on this level. Doesn't make sense. And I just kind of constantly feel like I'm gonna see someone looking into the room from the balcony, and it freaks me out. I'm quite easily freaked out for someone who loves exploring dark places. Yeah, I guess it's maybe easier for people who are very skeptical and they don't believe in anything. But to be honest, it's not always about supernatural. It's just about this kind of surreal, freaky situations which sometimes humans create, like someone breaking into your house. It's a fucking freaky, surreal, kind of reality bending situation. I don't like that at all. But I can very easily imagine this sort of stuff. So, and I had a lot of dreams about people kind of getting into my house and stuff like that, which always tend to be like the worst kind of nightmare. I found somewhere that this means, I don't know, just, I wasn't really researching. Somebody told me, then I read somewhere, then I thought, okay, maybe that makes sense. Just like as I said, nobody should interpret your dreams. But I thought it was interesting that someone breaking into your house means fear of madness or something like that. Certainly had some of that in my life. Interesting. So the other night, I couldn't fucking sleep. I slept maybe 2 hours because there was a very persistent mosquito flying. It was like as if he's only her, maybe. Who am I to assume it's gender? But I think it was a lady because these are the annoying biting ones, right? So she was flying around my face as if her only goal was to annoy me. I wasn't even bitten that much at all. So yeah, she was just being a pain in the ass. And so there was that, and then I just kept kind of going in and out of sleep and hearing some Armageddon sounds, as if somebody was just like refurbishing the house. I asked my friend if it was him, but he said there was nothing out of ordinary going on at night. So I think that was just kind of enhanced by the fact that I had some weird dreams again, and this mosquito and this kind of I don't think that I've ever got woken up by mosquito. I sometimes might not be able. Why am I talking about this? It's not, nobody's interesting. Just kind of felt like I'm just looking at this door like somebody's gonna come into the room or something. It's freaky. I hate these sort of things. Why is my brain like this? I'm alone in this house, or am I? So weird dreams, mosquitoes, Armageddon, UFO that isn't UFO. The house is making sounds constantly, but actually I don't feel. That didn't sound very convincing, but I don't feel like. I don't feel strange in here. I don't feel like this house is alive, like there's so much going on. What I do feel, I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, the whole sleeping situation is strange, so I look tired. And basically, I've been 20 minutes talking about that just to tell you that, if I look tired, and there's a reason for that. And I keep forgetting to look at the camera. That's where you guys are. That's where I am. Alrighty then. So I'm gonna have a little break thing, and see. I'll talk about some other stuff, which is basically the same stuff. Just if you let me talk, I'm just not gonna stop. And there's this comfort that you can switch me off at any time, because if we meet up, then with whoever, if I meet up and I start talking, and then it's a different situation. And here you have the comfort of switching off my talking, or not, or you can put it on repeat, and I don't get tired. So there is a win-win situation here going on. I shall be right back, because I'm on a roll. See you later.